Snake, you created a time paradox!
What do you mean me? I'm not the one on paradox duty today.
Oh, right. Logan, you created a time paradox!
Does that actually happen?
Yeah, no, in Metal Gear Solid 3, if, you have to knock out Ocelot, and Metal Gear Solid 3 is a prequel to the entire franchise. If you kill Ocelot, that is a game over. Because Ocelot
he has to survive
in the future, so... And
so for context, ladies and gentlemen, this is a reattempt.
Yeah, we were doing our normal thing, and I was editing up all the footage, and then I watched a falling walrus fall on his head 3 times in a row, and that broke myself and hype, and I accidentally moved the wrong folder into the wrong thing. And fun fact, did you know that when you're working with Audacity, it doesn't matter if you have the .aup file. If at any point in time you accidentally lose that second folder that's created, the data, the underscore data, if you lose that, that is what your actual audio is. Like, that's the audio, and the .aup is...
Too long didn't read. We had to go 88 miles per hour to return to this point, so we're doing this after the finale.
Yeah.
Basically, Logan did an oops-a-dooble.
I did an oops-a-dooble.
And also, just going back to the walrus, that's why, like, I'll more than likely be coughing here and there. That video broke me so devil damn hard that I think I almost did break my lungs in half.
Before anyone asks, and real quick, before anyone asks, no, it's not an actual walrus. It was a man dressed in a walrus suit on America's Got Talent.
Also to redo the joke. All those peach statues surrounding this time hole isn't a symbolism of some sort.
Yeah. Also,
because that's right. Now that we have the full Cobalt Star, we can now break through the force field and finally enter Shroob Castle.
Oh, that's right.
By the way, really quick, I am ready to make you laugh a little bit more, Steve.
Why?
I am a walrus. Hear me fall.
Is it weird that I actually listened to that while watching stuff Will jabber on again? Oh wait, you were listening to what he said, or listening to the skit he was referencing?
The skit he was referencing.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, okay.
It's a good show.
I haven't seen it yet. I'll have to look back at it.
Well, no. What he's referencing is actually a green screen show. He's just using the walrus for context.
Right, and I was saying, like, as a reference, I've been watching like Who's Line stuff in the background again because it's been a great time. And yes, welcome back, Matt, because you were gone the last couple parts.
Yeah, well, just to let you guys know, this is also the part where I returned, and I was going to do this huge thing and all that, but instead we decided to do time travel.
Isn't time travel fun, kids?
Yay!
Luigi's like, Luigi
doesn't seem to agree.
No.
Actually,
Luigi, you are going in there and you're gonna like it.
Like, I've seen the end of this game. I don't like it.
Remember what the Stargate said.
We win!
But yeah, it's
you
that.
Fool. If you see the end, then you know that.
Oh, jeez, more of these guys.
We win, but it doesn't mean it was a good game.
Yeah, it's those guys, and it reminds me of freaking Super Mario Maker 2, where I love when everybody just turns against Luigi, like, hello. Oh.
I need to use the bathroom.
And just runs. Anyway, so yeah, welcome back.
Wait, it was at that moment Luigi knew he fucked up. Stop narrating my life, brother.
I still regret not being there for that part because that shit was amazing.
Yeah, that was still the point you still had doubt on the whole thing.
Yeah,
but,
I know.
That does remind me though, we do got to get back to Mario Maker 2 soon, considering all the stuff they added on. As
I know.
Oh God, yes.
But as of recording this, December 30th, 2019, which is not at all predicting to everything else. As of recording this, my Switch is still in repairs, which means I have shipped it off. It is no longer in my house.
Shit, what
because
happened?
nothing was broken. It was just, and I've been talking about this for a while. And I'm pretty sure I played it to you guys. You guys could hear the audio. What was happening was that the cooling fan inside of my Switch was really, really loud. Like,
oh my God, that's happening with mine too.
So with that, like, and you just hear this. And you hear,
I mentioned it before, by the way, when we originally did this part. Those things are totally fucking Nightmare from Metroid Fusion.
Oh yeah, with the face expression and the two lumbering arms, I can see that.
Just throw up Nightmare on the screen. It looks exactly like Nightmare.
There you go. I did it.
Not quite as scary as Nightmare.
Oh jeez.
I want to ask: is Nightmare is it Nightmare or a different boss I'm thinking of that can slam you onto the ground 3 devil damn times?
Nightmare. Oh wait, no. That's Yakuza. Yakuza is the spider boss. It's the worst fucking boss in that game because here's the thing.
It sucks.
Just to let you know, that boss is the worst when it comes to fucking hit detection because what it does, it grabs you. You cannot escape from that grab whatsoever, and it slams you into the ground, taking down half your, like, a quarter of your health. And if it gets you in the right position, it can grab you again and immediately do it again.
Mm-hmm.
It can suck. And yeah, so the backup because
You know what? That's how I feel every time you keep firing those missiles in my face.
Aw.
No, but seriously, that boss ridiculously has like the most fucking health in the game, and it really hurts.
But then backing up Matt, because I know Gui was sounding really maybe not like super concerned, but interesting. And I need to explain. So
I am
what's
a little bit
happening there
concerned.
it could be one of two things. First thing is that it could be dust collecting on the fan, which is slowing it down, in which case you'd have to just get one of those like little pressurized air cans or pressurized air blowers and blast the inside of it and hopefully clean the dust out. Or the other alternative, which for me probably makes sense because my Switch is about
haunted?
No, my Switch is actually a couple years old because I remember buying it like used from some guy like in its first year because I'm super excited.
I bought it from a guy. He sold Jack as stock.
I think mine was brand new when I got it.
Yeah, I got mine. I got mine literally at launch.
Yeah, same here. It was a gift.
When did you get? And when did you get yours, Wii?
Quite a. I feel like it was a few months after launch, maybe a couple months, but you know.
Okay, well that's still around that.
Before or after Odyssey came out?
I think it was before Odyssey came out. I know it was after Breath of the Wild came out.
By the way, can I just say I'm thankful for. Okay, this is recorded after Christmas. I got a PlayStation 4 for Christmas because I had an old one, but it broke due to an incident with a coffee table ripping it like it was a piece of paper.
Oh no!
That still baffles me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, I fell hard. I was uninjured, but I was holding the PS4, and the way I fell, the corner of my coffee table is fucking sharp, or at least was my old coffee table.
Oh, and it just pierced. It just pierced
all the way. Tore through it, and I was like, shit.
I can see. By the way, I can see that happening.
By the way, I had a Switch long ago, but due to a fucking incident with a god awful program I was part of, I had to sell it. And I had all my save data on that Switch and all that from like over 100 hours.
You mean your PlayStation 5, not your PlayStation 4?
No.
So we're talking about the Switch this time?
I'm talking about the Switch now. Oh. On the Switch, I had like over 100 hours on Breath of the Wild, over 50 hours on Super Mario, and all of that was gone. I had to redo it all. When I got my new PS4, I was like, okay, I'm glad I got it, but I'm sad that like Persona 5 and Resident Evil 7, I'm going to have to redo that whole thing. No! It saved everything. Like, all of my stuff, thank God for the PlayStation Plus.
Oh boy, another laser puzzle.
Thank God for PlayStation Plus's, like, cloud save feature, because it saved all of my save data. I didn't even have to upload the save data. It just immediately saved everything.
That's really cool. That's good.
Yeah, not just
the only downside is the Switch doesn't do that, and only did that once, and only partially does that when the
for some games.
When the subscription came out.
Oh, it was a toad, but it was actually this. Yes, and that is true. So backing up for Wii, the other option that the other thing that the fan could be is it could just be that the fan is dying and it's just running slow. This does not mean that your Switch's performance is really like inhibited, but you do run the risk of, if the fan's not spinning fast enough, you can't cool it in time.
Right.
It's possible the Switch could lead to overheating.
Right.
But for me, it was really just more of an annoyance.
I have an idea of what it could be.
Because I hated having to hear the loud fan all the time. Anyway, it's that laser puzzle again from the freaking desert.
I know what it could be. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's not a fan of yours.
Huh. So what I end up... So what I ended up doing...
I wanted you to make sure you heard that sigh.
I know. I did.
Put so much effort into
That's like the most Gui's ever been hurt by one of Matt's puns.
Yeah, it's like I do
I've done that
remember-
before. I just wanted to make sure you heard it this time.
Not that loudly, to be fair.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it just reminds me of one of the parts beforehand. I forget which one, where after he did one, I was like, you could just not make puns.
It's a compulsion of his.
But that is how I have sustenance. Also, that is how I gain sustenance. Also,
Eat food like a normal person.
Screw you. I'm an energy vampire. But no. Also, since The Witcher is out by this point, I think it's fair to say I'm the Jeskier of this group. So yeah,
of course.
I'm the dandelion of this group.
So what I end
Whatever
up
you
doing?
want to think.
Okay, yeah, we can use the right shot. So what I end up doing, Gui, is I've just now contacted it. I think it costs about $95 for the consultation and/or any parts you have to repair. So that's what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I just shipped off my Nintendo Switch to one of Nintendo. Oh, that was fast.
So close.
But it's pretty close. I'm pretty sure if I just did a normal attack, he'll die. Yeah.
I think once it ever comes to the point where my Switch starts acting up like that, I'm
He
probably
did!
Yes, he is.
Probably gonna what?
Also, I'm probably going to consider just getting a new system entirely, considering that, like, again, mine's is like a Model 1 Switch, and, well, newer Switches these days have, like, the better battery life and whatnot.
That's true. So, I mean, I may probably do that. I'm going to do this one time, but, I mean, just with anything, even if it's like a new car, new, like, piece of equipment, I get the idea, like, after a while, you have to be careful, because otherwise you'll be spending more money on repairs than you will just buying a new one. Oh, these guys
I do want to see if I do want to see if the air can duster thingy will help. So I'll see if maybe my dad has one of those.
Oh yeah, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, these little bastards here are pretty much the equivalent of the I think it was either the red Sky Pias from Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, in that if an enemy bites the bullet, they can revive them on the spot.
Yep, they will have lower health, but it is possible that and that's why I'm going to be using mixed flowers to take out multiple enemies at once.
That's why we're going to take him out
And
with
pretty
a
much wreck shit.
spirit bomb.
Yeah.
Would anybody like to hear a random interesting fact I just came across on Twitter?
Just one last thing to say is that so they're gonna outright replace the fan. I know there are ways that you can replace the fan yourself, but when I looked at the tutorial, it was like, I do not have the equipment for this, nor do I have the faith in myself to pull this repair off by myself.
I actually did replace my control stick when it was drifting. That was easy enough. But yeah,
Can I just rewind a bit and point out how weird it is that the babies have the babies have a stash stat even though they don't have stashes?
I feel like that's an oversight more than anything.
Yeah.
It's called creating the foundation.
Yeah.
They can grow.
They were destined for those stashes.
They should have called it a nose, like a nose.
I don't know if he knows points, but I do love the idea that as the babies get more stash points, Mario and Luigi's stashes
Nosy
time
points.
travel becomes more nosy. Oh my gosh! But no,
Nosy
I can see but I can see something where the higher the stash points of the babies, it actually affects Mario and Luigi, since again time travel. And now I just have the image in my head of baby Mario and baby Luigi like, we maxed out our stash points, and Mario just has a freaking Yosemite Sam mustache.
I could see. I knew you were going there.
Whereas
I could imagine it in my head.
Mario has the Yosemite Sam stash. Meanwhile, Luigi just looks like Cousin Nit. And the only thing
Stash is
poking out
actually better than Mario's.
Well, I was about to say he looks like Cousin Nit. The only thing that sticks out are just the shades and his big nose.
To be honest, though, I feel like between the two, Luigi would be the one with the Yosemite Sam mustache before Mario.
Oh, I guess you're right, because Luigi has the two.
Because
I mean, you're right.
Because
Shroob Rexes.
Because let's be fair, Luigi's stash is much more luxuriant.
Okay, hey, James, you know what you need to do.
What?
What does he need to do?
Or somebody. You know what? Bella, you know what you need to do.
No.
Wait, what?
If she wants to, only if she wants to.
Okay. It took me a second to know what you were talking about.
But I was gonna say yes. So Shroob
Our biggest
Rexes,
fan.
they work just like. So Shroob Rexes, they work the same as the Rexes from what was the mountain called? Mount.
I think it was the Hoo Hoo Mountains.
Hoo Hoo Mountains. Thank you. They work just like that, in that you need to try and focus them and get them. You need to. Oh dear. You need to get them short. Otherwise, if you don't make them short enough, they will actually try and jump. They'll charge you, and if they're too high, you won't be able to jump over them.
Can I just say that on my end, I don't know how it was for you guys, but the animation that they did when they revived their ally was actually really well timed for that little release of gas I just did. I wasn't gonna call it a burp, but it was just like a bubble just popped out of my mouth right as they revived their ally.
I was distracted for a second, so I had no reaction to that.
Hey, guess what? Hey, Matt.
Yes?
Because I saw this on Reddit, now I'm going to share with you. Hey, Matt!
What is it, Yoda?
Yes?
I have a joke for you.
What is it, Yoda?
What would I... sorry, that. What would I say if people get to see me in 4K?
I don't know. What?
HDMI. Funny joke.
That's not okay. 25 cents towards Aaron.
I watched Mandalorian. Has anybody seen that?
Yeah,
I haven't, only because I don't have a Plus account.
I love Mandalorian. Apparently, one of the things that Mandalorians say, their creed is, this is the way. And so, they say that a lot in the show. And so, I decided to make, what does the maitre d' say to the Mandalorian after he asked if his steak was prime rib? This is filet.
Considering that I saw some guy do a joke with Ugandan Knuckles in The Force Awakens,
Wait,
when Kylo Ren says, it's like, I join me, I can show you the way, and then it replaces Rey's head with Ugandan Knuckles. You do not know the way. I'm surprised nobody's done that. I'm surprised nobody's brought that back from the dead for Mandalorian.
Because no one wants it back from the dead.
Yeah, fair point.
That was funny.
But yeah,
whoa, jeez, it walks around.
Oh no, hot ones!
Oh, I did not see that coming.
Baby me, stop! You're making it worse!
He's fanning the fire.
He's fanning it.
But you're fanning the fire, it's only gonna get... Oh, great.
He's a baby, he wouldn't know any better.
Anyway,
Yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, Mandalorian, watch it, it's amazing. Also, the season finale, I cannot wait for season 2 because there are Anyway, I cannot wait for season 2 because there are so many implications and I love it. I won't spoil anything.
Okay.
But anyway, random fact I found on Twitter. Would anybody like to hear?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh,
no, Luigi.
Not me!
Come on.
Okay, good. He's not... Oh, crap. He's gonna...
Oh, good.
Ow.
Oh, he went the other way.
Oh,
damn,
no.
both of
Just
them.
the babers.
That'll take him out, and then I'll use a 1-up super. It'll be okay.
Or the bait.
I love how Baby Mario is prepared to fight. Baby Luigi is dancing.
He's like, yeah, look at me go.
Or, the babies can take all the experience.
They need to level up a little bit anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Gotta catch up.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Random fact. Confirmed by James Gunn, the live-action Scooby-Doo movie had a much edgier tone to the script, which ended up receiving an R rating. The studio demanded the film be reworked into a more kid-friendly PG version instead. The R-rated version remains lost to this day.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that when I was as I got older and I was going through that phase in my life where it's I used to really love Scooby-Doo. I want to look back at some of the stuff that I watched growing up, and I looked at stuff for the movies, and yeah, I did hear a lot about what that original cut was. It was originally going to be a much more tongue-in-cheek parody of the original series, and just had
Well, yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, let's also be fair. It's fucking James Gunn, so.
I'm still shocked to hear that he did the freaking first movie. Did he come back to do the second one?
He did both.
Okay. Because I thought the second one was okay. So.
I know a
humble
lot of people
beginnings,
go
pretty
I know. Okay, actually, I think that is one of the reviews where the critic finally lost me. When he just kept on going God, it's such a horrible film. And it's not as bad as the first one. It's so worse than the first one. No,
the second one at least had direction. The second one at least had some better direction.
Yeah.
Had some better direction and had a lot more references to the original.
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that when you compare the two of them, And I can sort of understand where he's coming from. The mystery in the second one isn't really that engaging.
Yes, that is true. However, seeing those monsters, that was fun. I will say some of them didn't work, but like the electric one, the tar one, and the Black Knight most certainly worked in that movie. Like they.
And I also love that shot
thing,
of.
like,
I love that shot of like the Redbeard's ship as it goes through the streets. Like that's genuinely a really awesome shot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. No, so that's the thing. I guess it's just it's the sheer like spectacle of like watching it happen. And okay, real quick, because I forget, what was their explanation for how they were becoming real?
Basically, there was this.
The villain made a machine that just made them real. That's it.
Yeah,
so there was no explanation. It was just the monster machine.
Basically.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay, I guess that's why people can say the mystery kind of sucks. Is that there's no explanation. There's no like no ritual. No.
Well, it
like,
wasn't just a matter of that. It was also just a matter of a lot of people thought that like it was way too obvious who the villain was, and the fact that like try as they might, they could throw in as many red herrings as they want, including Red Herring himself. But it doesn't detract from the fact that it's kind of obvious who's the one behind it.
Yeah.
But again, I feel like with the second one, it's really about the ride.
Yeah,
it's about like the ride to the end of the destination.
I will say, I do think that Tim Blake Nelson was a great choice for one of the villains in that movie, and just like I love at the end, it's revealed he is the woman the whole time, and it goes like, "You were a woman this whole time? Yeah, of course. Don't come." We cuddled.
Wow, and that's when we're like, dude, did you just cuddle? Shut up. No.
Well, he didn't know it at the time, and honestly, there's a lot of jokes I like in that. Like, for example, when they're at the old
No, wait, real quick, hype. No, I wasn't saying that at the guy. He was all like, we cuddled. No, I was saying that to the villain, like, you cuddled with him? It's like, I did a lot of things to make sure this plan would work. It's like,
okay, that's fair, but what I was about to say, there is one joke looking back that I thought was kind of funny. It's like when they're at the old miser's house and they fall down the chute because basically he made so that like anyone that tries to like get to his house and ring the front door, they're down there. Like you see Girl Scouts and you also see Jehovah's Witness, and one of the witnesses is like, "Have you heard the good news?
Yeah, there's cookies."
One joke
that
I
was
like
great.
is where they go to the bar with all the disgraced villains that
that's a wonderful idea.
And, like,
that whole disco section.
You see the Black Knight, the original guy there, going played. I forgot who played him, but he was a fantastic actor.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He's the dad from Everyone Loves Raymond.
Yeah, and he goes like, when I finally see them again, I'll crush them. And he just has these two walnuts in his hand, and he crushes it. Just in his hand.
And I'll make him eat and I'll scrape out the one eye and force him to watch him eat the other eye.
Can I just say, Logan, that you could have healed Mario and Luigi fully. You had plenty of mushrooms.
I know, I was trying to like play it safe, but look, it's an alien Shroob's worth.
So it is.
Yeah.
By the way,
and his little one is packing some serious heat.
By the way, that whole like you could have totally healed just that one. It reminded me of that Pro CD sketch. It reminded me of the Pro CD sketch. I think I even mentioned this in a later part. So fun fact. You're like, I'm out of magic points. Just use an ether, but I only have so many. This is the final boss, but I only have 75 on me.
Owie, Grandpa!
Owie.
Wow, he did
I have
not
seen
care.
that one.
Yeah.
Shroobs don't respect their elders.
Oh wait, they're called intern shrooms.
They're trying to learn. They're learning the ropes. But anyway, so I think
just as he kicks the old one, now I am the master.
Yeah.
Promotion. But yes, yeah, that whole segment with the bar scene is great. I think the one Oh jeez.
Oh, hello.
Okay,
Just as a reminder, you can't go exploring outside.
I don't think the whole segment is great because of the dance sequence. That was.
I thought it was funny.
The music was okay, but yeah, for me the one scene that was like, okay, this really has no purpose except for showing the secret base was the scene with all the potions.
Yeah, that was. That was
I know
stupid.
that scene.
I will admit it was kind of amusing seeing Taz out of nowhere, but For a minute, I thought you were talking about the bit where they're looking for clues in the old miser's house, and Scooby finds everything but clues, and there's one point where he's like, those aren't clues, those are just things you want. Like, how's a toilet brush a clue? Scooby just starts singing into it. Just because you can sing into it doesn't make it a clue. It just makes it awesome! And they both start singing into it.
It's...
By the way, can
again...
I just say, for having starred in those movies, I fucking praise Matthew Lillard for staying as Shaggy as long as he has.
Oh no, he's clearly had a lot of fun with the character.
Yeah, that's
and it's
basically
so great
like...
to see him like really. It's so fun, especially looking back in that old Looney Tunes back in action scene to see see how he really did end up picking up the carrying the torch afterwards.
Honestly, that being said, that was probably one of the few jokes in back in action I was a little bit iffy about, like Shaggy, like cartoon Shaggy dissing Lillard. It's like, yes, go ahead, chastise what many people say is the only good thing about that movie.
Yeah. But to be fair, that's probably the joke. By the way, I actually don't mind Freddie Prinze Jr. as
I thought he was
Fred.
fine.
I thought he was okay. By the way,
he did pretty good.
By the way, you know what? No, spoiler. Just spoiler.
Okay,
for Rise
then we
of
won't talk
Skywalker.
about that.
I won't talk about
No,
it.
it's okay. Okay, we won't talk about that. So, Walt, go ahead.
How's James doing?
James, how you doing, man?
I'm doing that's peachy.
100-point dude, we got 100-point pants.
Oh God!
Pants?
Those aren't 100-point pants.
Huh.
They're the tops, but they're all bottoms.
They're the tops, but they're all bottoms.
Wow, that is a me pun. You guys laughed at it, and I hate you all.
No, I
Now
still
know how we feel.
I still like parroting. I still loved parroting that HDMI joke for Yoda.
Yes.
That's good.
Best pants around. What? Oh dang! These are one. Oh okay. These are like one of those like rare drop pants, like the rare drop equipment that's like super good.
Who's gonna wear them pants?
By the way, what?
I'm looking at who gets the most for it. Mario gets like 5 points, but Baby Luigi gets like. But I want that tax. Yeah, I'll have to win Mario.
By the way, one more Mandalorian joke based on the "This is the way" quote. What did the Mandalorian parents say to their child when they ask when they have to go back to school? This is the day.
I mean, you can say that for a lot of
Okay.
things. I could see. I'm trying to think of anything else I can think of now for that. Okay, by the way, we're going up here because we're about to do a mini game that can be kind of iffy, kind of eh. I just realized those both mean the same thing, but I'm going to be doing a little mini game to hopefully take out those saucers that are blocking my progression towards those the pipes.
Oh yeah,
So
this
we're gonna
leads
now
us
do the
to
ball
a mini game, right?
Yeah, so we can take out those saucers.
Yeah.
First you got hoof it.
I'm hopeful.
Or roll it. Rolling.
I'm hopping it up.
You just
Get
get
'em on.
So, what flavor of Jawbreakers do you think they look like right now?
They look more like a beach ball to me.
Oh,
Oh boy,
that's
there
close.
you go.
They look more like a beach ball to me, but I could see it being like the strawberry, blueberry ones.
Strawberry
beach
lime?
ball or a gumball. Yeah.
Or maybe the mystery
I can see that.
flavored like the Airheads.
Which I always thought was pineapple.
Huh?
Which
Yeah,
I
they'd
always
be
thought was
strawberry
what?
lime.
Oh,
okay.
strawberry. Okay, because it always tastes like pineapple to me. The one where it's like a solid white, like it's a Airhead that never got put into a colored dye.
I thought,
And that was the mystery flavored.
Well, that's the thing. I think the whole thing is supposed to be, a mystery. We don't know what it is.
I still think it was pineapple.
Honestly, I
Or
think it
may-
is just whatever the fuck they thought about putting into it.
Uh-oh.
Geez, the ship is launching without us. And I guess without that, man, maybe that was the whole gimmick. Is maybe it was not a new flavor. It just was one of the pre-existing ones. You just couldn't tell because it wasn't colored.
Exactly.
Who's driving this thing anyway?
I don't
I don't
or
know.
I
maybe
think
it
we
wasn't.
are.
How are we driving this thing? You got me?
Don't look at me. I'm just a suitcase.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, James.
What's that? Control this? And send those Shroob saucers to obliteration? What kind of dark thoughts do you keep in there, mister?
I thought obliteration was a word.
No.
And all
He
thanks
was-
to Luigi. Quite an accomplishment, I must say.
Wow.
Everybody's
Now,
an
as
asshole.
for the controls...
Everybody's an asshole to Luigi in these games.
Wait until Dream Team.
Ba-do.
Which we will get to eventually. I'm still testing out Bowser's Inside Story.
I was about to say, because, like, I was about to say, I know we talked about testing Bowser's Inside Story. Like, were you able to get a chance to see how Dream Team handles on
Dream Team handled I tried Dream Team out first before Bowser's Inside Story, and it handled pretty well. I was trying Dream Team out before Bowser's Inside Story was released.
Just wait till you get to the giant battles, though. That's going to be an interesting.
I bet that's. It'll be tricky to see how that gets rendered because that's full 3D. But we'll see.
Right.
So the way that
full 3D and in certain cases gyroscope.
So real quick, I'm just going to talk over this tutorial for a second before we get to that point. Hype is that the way that the saucer controls is Baby Luigi, Baby Mario, and normal Luigi control the height of the ship. If you look at those little ticked arrow marks in the upper left, say for instance if Baby Luigi hit his meter all the way at the top, then it would go all the way up to the first arrow, and Baby Mario would lead it all the way up to the second arrow. And the idea being that you have to now kind of use some quick math and rationalization to see how high and how much you should hit it each time between the three brothers. And then at any point in time, if you are ready to fire at something which is on the same level as you, then just jump with Mario and he'll fire the laser blaster, and that's
However, when you fire it, he'll drop immediately down to the bottom.
Yeah, so you kind of have to treat it like
Hey, what about me?
Oh, my turn. So I guess the best way you can think about it is imagine the UFO is like a freaking bolt action rifle, and that you really only get one shot each, and you gotta reload immediately afterwards. And
pretty much.
So now that we're doing
this minigame can be a little awkward, but thankfully this is only just the tutorial section.
Yeah. And it's really only, again, when you get to it, it's only really when you do it for the second, like the official time when people could actually attack you. That's when it can get very tedious and very, if you're not good enough, very annoying.
Though it also gives us some interesting insight into how the Shroobs handle their own ships.
Yeah.
It looks super complex.
Past us, we'll see this in the during the final boss.
They get tricky. Yeah, here we go. So now we're gonna use this ship to blast them with their own stuff. But yeah, so back to you, Hype. Yes, I'm hoping Dream Team works. I from what I heard, Paper Jam is a little trickier in some areas. At least at the moment. Hopefully they'll fix it up.
The world map is a lot bigger in that game, and I mean, granted, to that game's detriment, it's also a little more dense than the usual Mario map, but it still doesn't hide the fact that it's mostly a 3D game.
Well, especially all the paper. Yeah, because I was say all the papercraft forms nuts. It's also super precise. That's the thing is like because I hear all the papercraft attacks are practically 3D models, all of them.
Oh yeah,
sort of.
Isn't that ironic?
3D models.
What's up?
Isn't that ironic that the papercraft guys are all 3D while the supposedly real 3D guys are in 2D?
Oh no, I mean papercraft. Actually, no. I guess they do have to render.
Well,
like that.
to be fair, Gui, in those sections, the whole scene transitions into a 3D space. The only 2D aspect are pretty much Paper Mario and and basically all the little characters that are actually holding the papercraft in general, like the Toads for the Mario stuff, or whatever Mook of the Day is for what the opposing craft.
I still love the editing.
It'd be easier to explain if he actually showed it off.
I'm hoping we can get.
I just did not care to look at papercraft.
I like
Paper Jam for what it was worth, but I can agree that in some cases honestly, this has been sort of an underlying problem with the Mario and Luigi series after the first game. The pacing is on and off at points.
Yeah, after Sticker Star, it left a bad taste in my mouth.
Honestly,
did this come out before Color Splash?
By the way,
it came before Color Splash, yeah.
Can I just say,
what's up, Matt?
That RPGs in general can actually be very, their pacing can be really off.
Well,
which is why I can say that nuts. Which is why I can say that for what I've been playing, I just beat Bug Fables a little while ago, and it is really solid.
Yeah. And
actually, I still need to play it.
But as much as Persona 4 is my favorite game of all time, dear God, it takes a fucking long time to playing the game.
Do you like playing an RPG? Great. If you just stick around for 2 hours, we'll get to that part.
Yeah,
yep.
No, exactly. That's why. Okay, I know a lot of people are complaining about the game now for honestly stupid reasons.
That's that. That is it. We're real quick. So that's it. No, I'll let you finish. Absolutely, but just saying yes. So that's it. Now we can head down and we can take the path to those pipes that we did not have available initially because we blasted almost our entire active armada for now.
Yeah.
Back to you, Matt.
Anyway, really quick, even though the fan base is really stupid and people hating on Persona and loving Persona too much, both sides are kind of idiots. I will say Persona 5's pacing, despite the fact that I love Persona 4 so much and it's my favorite game, Persona 5's pacing is a godsend. Like, the pacing in that game is actually damn good.
That's good.
You know, except for a cat yelling at you to go to sleep every hour.
Yeah.
The cat telling you to go to sleep every 5 minutes.
It moves.
Usually the cat's the one that'll keep you up.
It moves the plot along. It's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, folks, it should also really stand as a testament as to why, aside from the Mario RPGs, you're not going to see a lot of others on this channel for at least a while.
I mean, yeah, there's a couple. Like, again, I'll say right now, I'm planning to do something for Bug Fables.
Enjoy my commentary on Witcher 3.
No, maybe I'll do I'll do a multi look at of like the first chapter or something. But I do want to do something just because I want to show that there are people out there who are still willing to like. And I'm glad that Paper Mario, the concept of its gameplay, is not something that is solely owned by Nintendo now. I like the fact that people are trying out stuff like that. There's that. Under Heroes, another 2D side-scrolling kind of game with stuff like that. I'll probably do something for that because that's a really good one too. Anyway, that's about it. So yeah, that was it for part 19. Again, this was a little flub up. It'll be okay. Next part and onwards, it'll be back to normal, back to us actually, me knowing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Bye past everyone.
Our past selves will take over for us.
Yep.
And order has been restored.
Bye.
Nope, still a time paradox.